This video will cover monitoring student progress in under 60 minutes each week. These 4 steps that we will cover can be completed in less than an hour. And while we know that people have different ways that they monitor progress, these best practices are suggested to help you maximize your time and be sure that you reach out to students who are failing your class. Step 1 is downloading your gradebook from the OHS. This 2-minute task is the perfect place to start. To do it, you need to go to the OHS, make sure you click on your grade menu, and then click Export. Once you click Export, you will get options. You want to make sure that you have the boxes checked for first and last name. You can pick whichever unit you want to look at, and then you want to scroll down all the way to the bottom and make sure that you have the final grade options checked, and then finally you export to Excel. Once you open the gradebook in Excel, you want to set it up to quickly filter. First thing you need to do is create a formula in the very last column of your workbook that's going to give you your class percentage. You create the formula by first entering an equal sign into the cell, then you click on your points earned or your numerator cell and you divide it by the total possible points or your denominator cell and you hit enter. Once you hit enter, you can copy and paste that to the cells below by using this little square in the corner. You can either drag and drop it to copy the formula, or if you just double click the little square, it'll automatically copy the formula to all your active rows. Once you have your final grades listed by percentage, then you want to create filters. So the first place you go to create a filter is this little triangle on the left that will highlight your entire workbook. Then you go to your data menu and you click the filter button, and that will put these little individual filters on each row. From there, what you want to do is go to your last column and filter by smallest to largest so that you can see the students who are failing or struggling in your class. Step 2 is taking actions. There's many ways this can be done. When you have your gradebook open, look for common missing assignments. You can send emails and assign students with common problems all at once. All you need to do is go into TVS, open up your classroom, click on the names of the students that have the missing assignments, and then reach out to them with an email. Maybe the email is reminding them to do the assignment or assigning them to catch-up hour. Mark it as a note and click send. In a matter of minutes, you can email and reach out to multiple students. Another option is to use small group time or catch-up hour to have students complete a grade reflection page, something like this, where they are looking at their grade and telling you what they think about it and what they can do to improve. This puts the ball in their court, and it gives you a starting place to have conversations with them in these small groups. Finally, whenever necessary, please make sure you're making calls home. This is usually the most time-consuming task, and especially if you get someone on the phone. But if you are sending regular emails and reaching out in small group, realistically, you should only have a very small handful of students and learning coaches that you actually need to call home for. Here is a larger example of a reflection slide and questions that you might ask your student. Step 3 is following up on Class Connect attendance using our trackers. First thing you want to do is download the tracker from OneDrive, and you'll find this in the School Year 1920 folder. You click the tracker folder and then you just search by whichever month we are in. Make sure you click the little circle that's next to whichever grade book that you want to open. You could look for the date or when it was last posted to know which is the most recent tracker. You need to make sure you download it to your computer, otherwise it edits the workbook for everyone. Once you have it open on your computer, you want to go ahead and click that tab at the bottom that says BBC Student Data. You can filter by your name, you can filter by your course that you're looking at. Then I recommend that you filter by last name So this will put everything in alphabetical order for you. And what you're looking for is students that not only didn't come to class, but that didn't watch the recording. From there, those are the students that you want to reach out to either by email or phone. These emails reaching out to students who are not coming to class and not watching the recordings can be really short, and you can even save the wording so that all you have to do is copy and paste the screenshot of the previous week into the email and then quickly send it. Of course, be sure you're always marking in TVS. And that's it. In 4 steps, under 60 minutes, it'll make sure that students are not getting lost in our virtual world and that you have procedures set up to reach out weekly. One final option I wanted to mention does not have to be done weekly, but should definitely be done at the beginning of the semester or the beginning of a quarter, and that's monitoring the OHS progress and engagement. The fastest way to do this is in the progress menu. You can use that progress tab. Make sure you're under the summary option. It'll show you the total time spent. It'll show you the current grade, and you can use this little arrow button to quickly move from one student to the next. Our trackers do show the OHS data, but it's not live. It's always a few days old, and sometimes it's just fastest to go into the OHS, look at the live data, click from student to student, and see who has the low hours and who has the low grades. The students that have both low hours and low grades, those are the students that you want to email and call as appropriate. Some final takeaways. This is not optional. We know that days and weeks get busy, and it is in the best of your intentions to reach out, but if you do not make this a to-do list item on your calendar, it's sometimes easy to skip over. Students who are doing poorly in our classes have to have regular contact from us. If you do this at the same time every week and make these 4 steps your common operating procedure, you will find that it very soon becomes a relatively quick process. Finally, please, please, please remember that you have to mark in TVS. If it's not in TVS, it didn't happen. Avoid telling yourself that you'll come back and make a note later. Just take 1 or 2 minutes and complete any additional notes you have to right then and there in OHS. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Please be sure you complete the attendance survey. The PowerPoint was attached with the video link. You can save these slides and access this live link through that attachment. Thanks so much. Have a great day.